Have you ever wanted to learn something new that you have never done in your life before? Like maybe play the drums? Do it in your dreams. Here's how. Everybody gets to their dreams their own way as far as becoming aware. You know, some people, well, this is just, you can gather what I say from this. But what do you really do once you become lucid? Oh yeah, there's even more. You got that. Oh no, there it is. Keep that covered, because anyways. Let's see. Where was my? Whoops. There we go. All right. Now, when you become lucid, what do? Well, here's a tip. How about learn something that you've never done before? Learn something new. Okay? Something you've never done. Or maybe you've done it once or twice. Well, first of all, how are you going to do that? You know, lucid dreaming is a lot of different methods and ways to get there, like I say, and a lot of different things you can do. Once you're there, how do you do things there? Well, first of all, you gotta learn control of your body in your dreams. You know, in your waking, I always say lucid life. So, in your waking world, okay, your conscious mind is in control of your body, so your body's going just fine. You know, you want to walk, or run, or jump. In this case, or jumping, or running, or whatever. Got ice cream cone maybe in your hand. Okay, and this hand over here just going along, and you're happy maybe a little bit or something. All right, that's your waking world. You know how the taste is. You know, all right, you got the sun out here maybe, and a cloud or something, and a cloudy day or something, and some grass or whatever, flower, I don't know, a tree off in the distance, or another flower. Anyways, that's your waking world. Now, you know how your body moves, so control, this is just a little thing on control. I'm not going to go too deep into control. But you do have to know how to control your body, because in your sleeping world, your unconscious mind pretty much is control of your body, which in the waking world of the sleeping time, your body's sleeping, so, you know, it's sleeping here. But your unconscious mind is going. So once your conscious mind, you know, gets off that sleeping too, because your mind's asleep too, you know, and sleeping right or whatever. I don't know. Your mind's got a little body too. The mind's body. Anyways, once you get that, and that, you know, that wakes up, and he's like, oh, your mind wakes up, you know, and here's your mind, and all of a sudden he's like, I'm awake. What do I do? What do I do? Well, come on, jump with the unconscious mind, get back over that sleep barrier there, and come back over to your conscious mind or unconscious mind. So what? Now you got your body over here, or your brain body, how you want to call it, your body in your dreams. Then he's going, okay, what do we do, unconscious mind? Well, let's learn something. Let's do something or whatever. Well, all right, walking. You know, in this case, you're walking in your waking world. We'll keep it this similar example coming over here. You're walking or whatever, eating ice cream cone, and it's a sunny day, and you see a couple flowers. Sure. Well, maybe your little dream body's going along. Here's your brain. Maybe your little dream body's going along, and he's like, oh shoot! All of a sudden, where are my arms? You know, he's like, I got no arms. I'm just a brain. So I made a body, but where's the rest of me? You know, and your brain body starts looking around, but oh shoot, got no eyes. So what are you seeing? What's that sun look like in the clouds? And maybe it's just a big old blur over here. You know, maybe this is dark because you don't know how to distinguish the clouds and the bright sun coming through or whatever. But you're like, oh my goodness, I got to work on my body here. And you're like, well, okay, a hand. I got a hand. Okay, I got a hand coming out. You know, arm and another arm and a hand or whatever. And then you're thinking, oh shoot, you know, it's still not touching anything. There's no physical contact of anything. So you're like, I got to put my legs down or something. Okay, let me get some legs going. Oh man, there's your legs. But what am I doing? I'm floating now. Oh my goodness, look, I'm floating up in the air. I'm not on any ground or anything, maybe like you were in the day. And now these flowers are clouds, and you know, or whatever. And now you got, you know, what did you have in your hand before in the waking day? You might have something in your hand here, but how do you make an ice cream cone? That's pretty. I mean, ice cream cone. You know, you look at ice cream cone. You got your ice cream, or however you want to make that. You know, and then that's a whole other thing that goes into that, which a whole bunch of stuff goes into that. Depends on how much you think about ice cream. And then the cone. Well, okay, the cone is, you know, all different kinds of cones. You know, you got your waffle cones and your you know, sugar cones and your styrofoam tasting cones and stuff like that. And what goes into making a cone, and all the manufacturing processes and the people and all the stuff that's grown to make everything. And oh my goodness. So how are you going to take that and put that into your dream? That's the part I'm talking about. This might come out, I don't know, it might come out a balloon or something. You're up in the air. You might have a balloon in your hand or something, and it's floating along with you. And then all of a sudden you start to interpret this. This is your dream all of a sudden. Your dream, you know, your dream mind comes awake, and it's all having this dream. Now you start to interpret it. That's a whole other thing. So here's your control. Here's your interpretation of your dreams and stuff like that. Once you get a hold of all this kind of stuff, then you start to look at, well, I want to learn something new now. Here I figured out, finally, you know, you got the picture more manageable. Maybe not the same, because it's your dream now. You're going to make it not the reality that you're living in the waking world, but the reality of your dream world. So once you do that, you say, okay, what do I want to learn new? Something new. What haven't I done before that maybe I've been interested in? You know, your mind's been thinking about it. You know, it's like, oh, you know, I've been thinking about this lately, and I don't know what I want to do. I want to learn something new. You know, do you want to learn to play a sport or something? You know, and or whatever, and you know, you can learn to play a sport or something, or you know, if you I don't know, you want to learn to play an instrument or something. You know, you can learn to play an instrument and stuff, and it's supposed to be a trombone or whatever. And so I don't know, you want to learn, you know, whatever. So in this case, I'll use play an instrument. What are we going to learn new? Well, what we're going to learn new is to play the drums. How do you do this though? How do you take what you can do in your dream world and what you can do in your waking world and apply that to learn something new? Well, that's where your little mind comes in, of all the experiences in the waking world that it takes in. So we're learning now to play the drums. How would you do that? Again, you take what you know, because in the dream world, yeah, that's crazy over there. So you take what you know from the waking world, and you apply it. So you start to look at everything. I mean, look how they make the ice cream cone. What goes into all that? I mean, you don't have to look into how they're playing the drums. Maybe you want to. Maybe you want to look into how they create the little drum or whatever, that, you know, what goes into the skin or whatever, the plastic, or, you know, what sounds better. Read up on that kind of stuff. You know, how do they make the little things that hold the tightness and all that? You know, what do you want to do with all that stuff? So you know, you can take all the information in on that as deep as you want to go. But I'm already up to 8 minutes, and I only have about 5 gigs left, so hopefully I still have to edit this. Well, I don't really edit these. I put on the beginning, I attach the end. That's what it's still editing. Technically, I gotta get out of light. Anyways, so in the waking world, you take, okay, well, what have you seen? You know, you look at what you've seen in life, and you know, from your eyes or whatever, your ears or whatever, you know, your 5 senses and stuff that you've done. Have you ever touched a drum or whatever? Have you ever, you know, the motion of how to play a drum? You know, what's the motion that goes into playing the drum? And, you know, and like the arms and stuff, how the arms move, and the legs. You know, have you ever seen the legs and, you know, apply that to when, you know, the timing or whatever? I don't know if I'd put that a new one, or it's, yeah. I mean, you apply that to also like the object, you know, the drums themselves. Let's do this. Well, how they hold it, you know, how they hold the sticks, how they hold the sticks, or this, you know, that'd be the sticks over here. The motion would be like how they hold it, I guess. Well, maybe how. Anyways, you know, do they hold it and drum like this, or where are my pins? Drum like this or something, or do they go like this, you know, or like this, or whatever. It don't, that's the, well, I need my pen. That, that's what you apply with this. And which drum do they hit? They've got the bass drum or whatever, the deep bass drum, and then they've got the cymbals and all that stuff, that goes into the drums. And then you look at stuff like, what's your knowledge of drums themselves? How much have you looked into drums and all that? Have you ever even tried to play one? And your experience total goes into all these different things. And so that's what you know about drums. So now you take that and you put that into your sleeping world. Oh, okay. So, all right. Well, I forgot. I should have said, in your waking world, I always say your unconscious mind is totally in control of you. It's when your conscious mind interferes that you can, your conscious mind goes to sleep and it's, hey, unconscious saying, wake up, finish being over here. Okay, I'm awake. I'm back here with you. I'm not sleeping with the body. So when you're waking, your unconscious mind's still going, but your conscious mind really controls your body for the most part when you're waking. All your senses come through your body, and it has to go through your conscious mind back to through your unconscious mind to process and just, whatever is going on. So, and so in your sleep, in your waking world, your unconscious is more in control. In your sleeping world, or in your waking world, your conscious is more in control. In your sleeping world, man, I got all these dog hairs and stuff. Your unconscious is more in control. Your mind is more running things than just your body and your mind together. Basically, if you notice, your conscious is always attached to the body, really, and your unconscious is always just attached with the mind, which is the conscious. So you kind of have that overlapping through the conscious, and these are kind of, so what you need to do is connect these as well. That's a whole other issue over there. So, but see, so when you're sleeping, how you need to apply the conscious and the body with that. So, you have your conscious and your body that you need to apply with that. So, you look at stuff like, because you can't learn just with this without having to apply what you know. You have to apply this through your conscious mind from your body. So it goes, from your body what you get to your conscious mind, and now you're applying that to your unconscious mind through your sleep. So, you look at, you got to imagine some of this stuff, you got to use your mind. This is, here's all your body senses over here, all your body, and now here's all your mind stuff. So you imagine things. Maybe you can, in your mind, set up a stage or something, or something. Maybe you look at all these and you say, okay, you look at your experience or your knowledge. They're always playing with the groups and stuff. So maybe you look at the drums there and stuff and picture that in your mind, and you say, oh, there's drum sets. They have different drums, and you got the different drums or something. And then you look at the drummer himself or herself, and say, what do they do? Imagine yourself, put yourself there, put yourself in a spot, So what you do is you start to create the stuff. Let's say, the only picture you've ever seen of a drum was the what do you call it? That little. You might think a drummer only plays like that, like I have the other stick, because it looks like on a picture. A lot of times, especially like even the little drummer boy, a lot of things you see depicted as playing like that. But you see the rock guys, and they're just, and you start to feel, and maybe pick up a couple pins in during the day and get a little bit more experience or something on that, and think, oh, it is easier to hit like that than it is. I keep losing it or whatever, and so every time I hit it, it flips right out and stuff. So you can practice a little bit during the day, so you have some experience. Now you think, oh, okay, apply that. So you start to do all this stuff, and you start to have a dream image come up. So all this stuff, here you set your stage or whatever, and seats and stuff. But of course you're in it, so you're picturing, you're looking out. You're not the audience member anymore. You're looking in. You're the guy up on a stage or the lady up on a stage, and you think, okay, I'm the drummer, so I need a drum. So what do I know about drums? Objects, I need the sticks. Okay, well, I'm not going to draw sticks. They're going to be too small to draw right now. The bass drum. Oh, the big drum. Oh yeah, that's the one that they step on with their feet or whatever. So, you need the bass drum there, and you got the, oh shoot, good thing I didn't draw that one off the camera. You got the bass drum there, and then you've got the little pedal or whatever and thing on it with the little and you step on a little pedal here and stuff, and so there's your bass drum. And you think, okay, boom, boom, that's the sound it makes. So you know that big drum makes a long, deep sound, or a long, deep sound, not a long, just a deep sound. It's a boom, boom, boom. If you ever go to a music shop and test out what all the drums sound like or something, and then you think, okay, I don't know how many drums they have. I know they have drums surrounding this big old drum, and sometimes maybe I think they even have another little thing off to the side or something, but I don't know. It's my drum set. I'm learning in my dream now. See, this is where it all starts to come in. You have to learn to control your stuff, learn to be able to relate your dream movements to your conscious world movements, and then apply your knowledge to what you're going to put in your dream, and then set it up. Now, okay, well, you set up your one drum, the main drum or whatever that they have there or whatever, and that's going to be your, and then, oh wait, you remember, they have the cymbals. Remember, we didn't even go back to that. The cymbals. So you have, I'll put it over here. You have a cymbal, and then what does the cymbal look like? A little cymbal. So you can, that's kind of a long sound. That one is a long sound, or something. And you think, oh wait a minute, what about the other little? That's not a drum. That's another cymbal. Oh yeah, they have a cymbal on the other side, and you think, oh, I put the cymbal over here, and this one's kind of like a two-plated cymbal, so it's gonna sit like this, so because it's kind of like a clap as opposed to a psh, psh. So now so you can start building your drum set. How many drums? When they do the little riffs or they do stuff like that, and so you think, oh, well, I gotta have a smaller drum here or something, or whatever, and a little drum over here, and maybe a little a drum that makes its own little sound or something over here, and then you think, oh, there you go, and then you set up all these on little stands or whatever, and you got your little put your little stool or something to sit on, and you got yourself a little drum set, put your sticks on the stool. There's your sticks. So what do you do now? In your dream, you got to practice. How do you practice? How do you know what sounds? This is a shorter sound. This is a deeper sound, and a less deep and lesser, see, I start with my S, and lesser and whatever, and then special, or whatever you want to do this. But these are going to be your drums, your set. But you have to then take this information and think, oh, I don't know something. I'm going to have to go back to my waking world. So, if you don't know what you're going to do, or if you don't even know what you're looking for on some of this, you might get caught up on, what does this drum do? Why? And you want to find out exactly what these are, so when you come back to your waking world and try it, you may have to go back to your dream world and make a lot of adjustments. So you think, okay, if you don't know what you're looking for, you're not going to find it. You know what I mean? So oops, if you don't know what you're looking for, you're not going to find it. That's what I was doing when I said that. So you come back here and you think, okay, you start thinking, what am I looking for? As you're thinking back. So you come back here and you take all this experience again, and you start to apply it and say, okay, let me take a song or something, something familiar. Start looking for something familiar in this area. You're questioning yourself, familiar, familiar. So, or whatever it is in your language. So, since you don't know, you start what's comfortable, what's familiar. So maybe you pick a song that a favorite song, and so you say, okay, what off of my experience, how do I know? How do I know the pattern? You look at the pattern of the drums or whatever. You pick out just the one sound. Specific. Start look for something specific, and then you focus in on that, and then you look at all the stuff that goes into that from what you know from your experiences. And you go, okay, and you go back and apply it to your dreams, and you think, okay, I know now these are, and this one's going to be the least or whatever, or, the least of all the deepest sounds. And I do need another little thing over here, because I need a bass drum that's kind of, or whatever, and I can hit that with my other foot if I want to. And if not, I made it that way, so it doesn't matter. So now I go through and I go, and I'm hitting the thing with my foot, and I learn how to play the drums. And you practice that every night you want. You come back, or you go back to your waking world experience, and you think, this was stupid. I'm practicing this other song, or I'm just practicing this beat, or this one riff, or beat, or this one riff, or whatever. And and you go back and forth, and you practice, and that's how you learn something new. just from your dreams. So, like I say, it can be a little bit difficult along the way of interpreting your dreams. I forgot what I had said that. You have to rewind. But from your waking to your dream, from your waking to your dreams, it's always from your waking to your sleeping. Because I kind of sleeping and dreaming and waking, it's all part of your life. It's all you. So, again, good night and lucid dreams.
Thanks for watching. For more topics, please visit my Facebook page at www.facebook.com/mylucidlife.